Mr. Harvey has just made a quote that you guys need to hear. He says, making money is a risk. Ted, can you explain that to us? What the hell are you talking about? Making money is a risk. I don't understand that. I really don't. We're going to talk about this, people on the other end. So we're going to see you on the other side. Making risk, making money.
Welcome to the TED Ed Podcast, where we delve into the issues that shape our daily lives and drive our productivity. We confront topics that matter deeply to all of us, from healthcare and affirmative action to voting rights and monetary success and failure. We cover it all. And yes, we dive into the complex world of politics, exploring how our country has evolved from slavery to the 21st century. Our content is crafted with care and expertise, drawing from years of experience in these critical areas. We invite you to give the TED Ed podcast a listen. You won't be disappointed. Share your thoughts with friends and confidants, and don't forget to like, comment, and share our episodes. Your engagement helps us grow and reach more listeners. Are you passionate about these topics? Do you have unique insights to share? You could be one of our guest speakers. Drop us a line, send an email, or leave a comment. All requests will be considered. Join us on this journey of exploration and understanding. This is the TED Ed Podcast. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
All right, people, here we are. We're going to make some money today, and we're going to find out what the risk is for making money. Go ahead, Ted.
Well, let's put it like this. Okay, let's say if you're a day trader. If you're a day trader and you really know your stocks, and you do the charting, what they call charting, and you know how to do options, you can sell those contracts. You can do all kind of contracts, and next thing you know, and there's one guy that made $500,000 in one day. Just made it. As of right now, as I speak, because of the way the market is going now, these day traders are making $25,000, $50,000 a day. But they know the market. They know the charts. They buy and sell. They have contracts. They know what's going to go up and what's not going to go down. They know the movements. So that's only one thing as far as that's the risk right there. Because if you lose, then you lose big. Just like gambling, people that like to gamble, it's a risk. People that want to open up their businesses and they think that this right here business or this franchise is going to take off, it's a risk. Everything is a risk. But the one thing that I found out, in my opinion, I think you have to think 20, 30, 40 years ahead of time. And it's not overnight, and you do solid investments. It's just like if you save $100 a month, and every month in 30 years, you'll have a certain amount of money if you don't touch it. Well, the same thing with investments with solid stocks. Or in solid real estate. You buy a piece of real estate, you know it's in a nice neighborhood, location. You know it's gonna appreciate, so therefore you go in and then you buy another piece. Then you buy another piece. It's just a slow investment. It's not that hard to be rich, and those people that desire to be rich. Only thing is, it's a lot of work. That's the only thing, it's a lot of work, because then if you got a job and then you got to do other stuff, then that's right there's the blowback, because you're going to get burnt out. And you can't do 5 things at once. Stock market, business, go to work. And then if you got a family, I mean, I respect people that can get through, do all that. And if they feel that's their desire because they want to be rich. But is it worth it, Ed? Is it worth it, Ed? I'm asking you. Is it worth it, Ed?
Hell yeah, it's worth it. Shit. Hell yeah, it's worth it. It's worth it. Every penny of it. It's worth every penny. And the reason why I say it's worth it and everything is because it takes one thing away from your life, and that's the stress of living. When you have money that you can just burn, you can just decide to do things, and that's it. Whereas the average person and stuff out there, they are stressing every day. They wake up stressing, they go to sleep stressing, they go to work stressing, and stress will take you down faster than anything will. But if you have money and stuff, there is some stress there, but not a constant stress like you have if you don't have any money. If you don't have, you can't, um, you can't go out there and just something happens and you can spend the money and stuff to correct the error or correct the problem that happens. If you own a home and your washing machine goes out and you early making your bills, you can't get your washing machine fixed. You were sitting there and that washing machine is broke down, but you don't have the money and stuff to get that washing machine fixed. Or if something happens inside your home and emergency happens and you need something done right away, you don't have the
Plumbing
funds.
goes out.
Yeah. Pardon?
I say if the plumbing goes out.
Yes, sir. Anything. You can have anything. And if you don't have that money right then, it just sits there and everything broken. Whereas people who got whatever they need and everything, they don't have to worry about it. Washing machine break down, they just call somebody up and say, bring another one out and take the other one away. They don't worry about that stuff. So those are the things and stuff that I'm saying, and the reason why it's worth it and stuff to have, be able to do what Ted's talking about doing. You go out, you work, you do all that stuff and everything. You spend 18 hours a day out there working because you trading and you got you a business going on and you got other stuff going on, and the kids got to go to the to the volleyball game, to the baseball game, and you got to be there. Or when your son out there playing basketball, and you got to be there, and you rushing to try to get there. And
Well,
but, right,
here's my conclusion of this whole matter. Were you born with a silver spoon in your mouth?
pardon?
Were you born with a silver spoon in your mouth?
Hell no, I wasn't
Okay.
born with a silver spoon in my mouth.
Most people, when I say most, I'm talking about people with money, was built with a silver spoon in their mouth.
Most of them.
Meaning they got a hand up, meaning that they might have got $1 million, $2 million, or even $500,000, or a couple of 100,000. If you got that kind of advantage, but when you start from zero, and most of the time it'd be less than zero, then it's much difficult. It takes a big sacrifice to constantly save, because you're gonna always, like you said, you're always gonna have those incidents in your home or your that little edge, that silver spoon in your mouth. You got something to work on. That's the thing, and that's what it is, capital. That's the reason why a lot of businesses don't make it, because they don't have the capital. But it's admirable when a person starts from nothing, zero. That right there, that's when they say, you pulled your boots up yourself. Now you might have had a little help and some people you know, because really a lot of times it's who you know, not what you know.
Mhm.
But
And right now is a perfect example of what you talked about. We are in a businesses out there are a lot of them are in trouble now,
trouble,
especially
trouble.
if they don't have capital to help get them through this bad time. You don't have that capital to get through this bad time, you are going to go up. You are going to go away, and your business is going to fall apart because there's something and stuff that has came up that you have no control over, no control whatsoever. Your trading and stuff, everything that has to do with trade and stuff has to do with your business. It has upset everybody's business. It has upset Apple. Apple is a $3 trillion company, and it's upset them, but they have the capital to get through this bad time. GM, General Motors, got the capital to take them through this bad time forward. They got the capital to take them through this bad time. Yes, their stock's going to fall down and it's going to go down, but they are strong enough and everything to where they can make it through, and then their stocks can start heading back up again, and they can get back to be profitable again and start making all that money. But for the normal business out there, man, if you don't have that capital now to bring you through, buddy, most of them tell you has probably already start going out of business.
Yeah. And think about this. Most people that work 20, 30 years of their life, they save their money and they say, well, what am I going to do with the rest of my life? I got 20 more years, 25, 30 more years. So they say, I always wanted this ice cream store. People start buying, coming, getting ice cream cones. You know, not too many people come in there and buy them $2.50 ice cream cones.
Because their
The economy.
disposable income has shrunk. So
That's
when
right.
your disposable income shrink, those
Yeah.
luxuries and stuff fall by the wayside.
Yeah.
Those days that you going down to the local bar and spending $100 on a couple of drinks and everything, that's got to stop because you don't
Yeah.
have that money.
And,
So
and
the
and
bartender
that's
is
those
probably going
people's
to
life
lose
savings
his
they
business.
put into that business. They put their life savings into that business because that was their dream. They always wanted to have their own business. They didn't want to work 25, 30 years for that company. They always wanted to have their own business. They would have had their own business if they would have had a hand up. That somebody would have gave them a couple of $100,000 or whatever they needed to get it off the ground. But that's the thing, you know. But that's the reason why I respect a lot of people because I mean, when you retire, you can live fairly comfortable, when you retire after you didn't work 30, 40 years, and you won't be living the same lifestyle, but at least you be fairly comfortable. But you might take a trip here and there, maybe 3, 4 times a year, but you won't be able to travel like you want to. So we dealt with the hand we dealt with. And some people, you know, um, take more risks. Take more risks. You know, they
Well,
take more risks, and then they get through it. But everybody ain't gonna get through it.
oh no, there's a whole lot of them Ted that not gonna make it through. And I guess I don't know if you call it the good part or the bad part, but you've got people out there who've got capital, and these folks out there, and I'm gonna call them vultures because they,
Oh,
they're they're flying around, they're flying around the carcass, and the carcass may be your business or, or your home, and they looking at your property, whether it's your business property or your home property or whatever it is. They're flying around there, and they're waiting on you to falter. And
yeah.
when you die, They are there to swoop in and take your stuff out,
Take your
eat
stuff
you
from
up,
you.
eat you up, take your property and stuff and everything, and at a
You better
cut
have your
rate price.
property taxes paid up. You better have everything paid up, because if you don't,
Everything. They go cause the government's there, the mortgage brokers is there,
or
all
the
of us
doors
sitting
on the
around.
probate, you're in real trouble.
They coming to get you. They coming to eat you up. So what do you do when all this stuff happens and everything? In essence, there's not a lot that you can do. Some people might try to save themselves by selling their assets or and I hate to say this, go bankrupt or whatever, but that's those are alternatives and stuff that we have out there. And if you find somebody and stuff who got the money and the capital and stuff, maybe they might want to buy into your business if you got a good business or whatever to help you to float you through to get you through the bad time. Could happen. Those are options out there, but there ain't a lot of good stuff out there. I mean, not a lot of good stuff.
Well, you
You-
know, we did some conversation on this before, but we are in a country that is based on repetition and competition. You know, I mean, go down your main drive thoroughfare, and you're gonna find 100 restaurants, and you might find 10 of them are the same: hamburgers and French fries and beer, or Mexican, or whatever.
Mhm.
So it's just a matter of, what the customers want, and we know that customers aren't loyal these days. Now, a few people might be loyal to a certain degree. You might have 20% of the people who continue to come there and eat, but for the most part, you're looking for new customers all the time. So it's a really tough thing in this country to have a business. And what you just said earlier about, and this is what has been going on for the last 10 years, all of these mergers and these acquisitions and these buyouts, selling, because, that's how Facebook bought several of their companies.
that he's in court for right now.
There you go. That's what I'm saying. Now, wait a minute, Ed.
He's
Ain't
sitting in
nobody
court
else
right
trying to get
now.
his business, but the government saying, you got a monopoly.
Yeah.
So now
He's-
he got it coming and going, bro.
he got it coming and going. They just take on Mark Zuckerberg and they just use him any kind of way they want.
They got him coming and going.
Coming
That
and
little
going.
young whippersnapper, man, you got to give it to him.
Well, he's a prime target. His business is selling nothing. He sells nothing. That's his business. He sells nothing but information. That's it. He doesn't manufacture anything, but he's making a lot of money doing what he's doing.
And this stock is over $500 a share.
Whoa. So if anything happens with his little old business, then man, I don't know, Ted. He's probably got enough money and stuff and everything where if anything happens, he can go away and stuff a rich man and he hasn't got to do another damn thing the rest of his life, even
Oh,
his
yeah.
children. He's
Oh,
got
he's set
enough
for
money
life.
to do that. Yeah, he's got enough money to do that. So if he falters and stuff, he can, or if Facebook happens to just go belly up and he can't get that company and stuff back up, or they convict him for whatever and they fine him real bad and stop him from doing some things, then yeah, he doesn't have to worry about anything. He can just pack up and walk away. And there might be a Elon Musk out there like they did Twitter and just buy him up and everything, and he just sells it for $45 billion.
I don't know what their market share is, Meta market share is, But I'm sure it's more than 45 billion.
But it might be a fire sale. It might be a fire sale. He might be going down. So somebody buy out at the fire sale. Because as we were just talking earlier and stuff, when you're talking about uh, a millionaire now, and when we were growing up, and somebody said, "Man, he's a millionaire," we could look at him, and, oh man, he's full of money. But if you got a couple of $1 million in the bank, that's
Chump change.
that's chump change. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people be looking at us, what are you talking about? Chump change. That's chump change to these people. Chump change. That ain't nothing. That money will go like that. With that too much, you can have that $2 million will be gone. So whoever says they're a million, I'm a millionaire now. I look at them and stuff and smile and say, "Yo, okay, dream on, my friend." And we have a saying for that in the hood: "He nigga rich." That's the
Yeah.
saying. That's the saying for me. He nigga rich. But it describes it very well. So anyway, people, there's other stuff going on out there, and what we talking about now, if you don't think that what happens on Wall Street doesn't affect you because you sitting down there at some factory somewhere and everything, you say, but it don't affect me. I believe it does. It's going to affect you. When that stock market fell last week and they lost $6 trillion in valuation, it affected you big time.
Yeah. Yeah. It's going to affect a lot of people. I mean, right now, he sort of kind of prolonged it. Didn't he postpone everything for 90 days?
Well, some things he postponed for 90 days, but he he also changed his mind about some things. And this thing, I guess, is now turned into a tit for tat between him and China, the two largest economies and stuff in the world. And Canada and the European Union and all the other little countries out there, they just a byproduct and stuff now for him. He's just, man, I have no idea why the European Union is taking this bull crap that he's giving them. There's no way I would sit there and take that mess. I would be doing something like what China is doing. I'll be finding me some other trading partners and stuff. And when the United States decide that they want to deal with me, they're going to come to me just like they're getting ready to go to Yao Jinping over in China in so many ways and so many words and stuff. Each time that old blind head liar gets them in front of the news media and stuff, she says something about China. She's begging them to call up them so they can start negotiating. Well, China in essence and stuff and saying KMA, because until you do some things that we want you to do, we won't call you. But they can do that. They can say that we're not going to call you, and he is afraid of them. You can't. Someone has to stand up to this bully there that's sitting in the White House, and the European Union is not standing up. They are not standing up and using their power to stand up to him. And we look at all these other people who stand up to him. They are surviving. They're out there. They're winning their fight and everything with him because they're not afraid. You've got that he's targeting these universities and Harvard. Man, you would think that Harvard University, somebody says we're going to take $2 billion away from your budget, that they are going to sit down and say, "Ooh, we," and whatever he tells them to do, they're going to do it. Okay, we're going to do it. But these people are standing up to him. Screw you. We're going to get our $2 billion back. We're going to fight you tooth and nail because guess what? Some of those people who was in his administration, who were attorneys and all that other stuff and everything, went to Harvard. That's their alma mater. They're not going to let their alma mater go down in flames and stuff because this knucklehead out there is threatening them. And I'm pretty sure, Ted, that the board, the school board and stuff and everything, the board administration there for Harvard University didn't make this decision lightly to tell him, KMA, that they had
He's
a
doing his
whole lot of
reverse
people.
marketing in it.
Yeah, they
And
did
what
a
he
whole.
did was he had the IRS, the new IRS, I guess director is what you call him, put out a statement saying that we are looking into voiding out their nonprofit.
But there's a process, Ted, that they have to follow, a legal process that they have to follow. And you got some good attorneys and stuff. You're going to tell your people, you do
Oh, they
not
got the
buckle
best
up.
attorneys, bro.
Oh, yes, sir. You don't buckle up because we're going to get out there because there's a process that even though they said that they're going to do it, there's a process. And that process can last anywhere from 3 to 5 years before they can eventually officially take their nonprofit status from them. So this is not no game and stuff that they're out there playing with. And maybe by that time he won't even be around then and they don't have to worry about it. So they're gonna outlast him. Some kind of way they're gonna outlast him. And it's possible that he might not be around here because he can't that fathead son of a gun. I remember Ted in his first administration. He went and had his physical. He had his doctors to come back out and say, he's in excellent shape. He's in excellent shape. He just had his physical last week.
Yeah.
Then he said, shit. He's hiding his physical. He's hiding all that information. Then he said nothing about it. Then he quietly went and to his doctors, did what he had to do, and they let him back out, and nobody said a word about his physical
No, they made a
condition.
statement.
They did? What did they say?
They said he was in good shape.
He did? Oh, okay. He is. You can look at that rascal and tell he ain't in good shape. He ain't in good shape. He
That
just
man's
out with,
78 years old, bro.
and he in good shape. Even what he doing and doing what the hell he doing, he ain't in good shape.
78 years old.
he can't even hit a golf ball.
He's just out there playing with himself.
Yeah, out there just playing. He done missed the ball. Oh my goodness. Anyway, what else, Ted? We got something else going on here. Oh, let me get back to my analogy about China and what they doing and stuff with him and what he is trying to do to them. He is pinpointing and trying to just destroy China. Anytime you tell somebody I'm going to give you 145% tariff on your goods that's coming into my country, the economists will tell you once you get past a certain point, it's meaningless. Once you get past 100%, anything else you do is meaningless. It does not matter. But he's playing this game and stuff with him, thinking these people are stupid. I watched China; they got to 125, and they said we're not going to even play this game no more because they understand it's meaningless. So let's do something else. Let's stop anything that we're shipping to you militarily and keeping it in our country. We are taking your companies and sending them and charging them all kind of money to stay and do business here in China. We are going into your country And all the money that we have invested in there, which conservatively they're saying it's somewhere around $250 billion project that's going on, and one of them is Intel, and pull that money out. And Intel is sitting there wondering how in the hell that they're going to build their plant in the United States. I'm going to take my money and you can't do anything. All those people who were supposed to have been working have lost their job. All those projects that we got going on, they have stopped. Those people have lost their jobs. They're going to be unemployed. And you are going to have to pay their unemployment compensation, whatever it may be. So they're going to be a dredge upon your economy. Tell me that's not hurting them. Sometimes you can put damage on other people and you don't have to say a word. You don't have to fight. You just reach right into their pocketbooks and everything and say, oh, I'm going to get what I need out of there and walk away. And I don't have to say a word. That's my answer. And they ain't done. They said that they not done. I don't know what else they got it and what the cards they got to play, but they said they ain't done yet. They done screwed with your agriculture. We don't want your soybeans no more. We don't want your corn. we don't want your beef because we going to Australia and get it. We don't want your soybean because we going to Brazil and Argentina where we done invested in to get our soybean and our corn from. But we don't need your stuff. We got money that we invested into South America and build them a port. You telling us that you're gonna screw with our shipping? Go ahead. We're gonna send our stuff to our port that we built in South America and do our shipping. At each turn, this old fathead boy up there in the White House, he can't figure out what to do with these Chinese folks. I'm amazed at what the hell they got. And when you start looking at it, and these people doing the investigation, Ted, they got markets everywhere, and they're making agreements with their partners. They're making agreements with Mexico. They're making agreements with Canada. They're taking away all of our interests and stuff in the East. They're going into Vietnam, South Korea, Japan, making agreements. We're not going to do you like Trump doing you. we're losing the war, man.
Well, this is messing with people's money.
Yes, sir. Messing with their money. If China goes in there to Vietnam right now, a lot of businesses and stuff, Vietnam does a lot of work there. They got a lot of manufacturing there. China is opening their doors and say, "Oh, you send that stuff to us. We will take it. You ain't got to send it to the U.S. We'll take it." They're going into all those countries. Malaysia, we'll take all your stuff. We're gonna sign an agreement, take whatever you're doing. You buy some of our stuff. You ain't got to buy as much because you ain't got that many people. Make agreements. They're going to South Korea. Let's make an agreement. Let's make an agreement. They can do nothing about it. They went into Canada, took that oil that was coming down here. Oh, Canada said after they made the agreement, they just shut the pipeline off that going north, going south. They shut it off. Oh, we ain't got to give you all them oil no more. We selling it right now. They buying that stuff. We shipping it to the West Coast and we shipping it to the East Coast. European Union get part of it, China get the other. And the deal is so damn good, Ted, that the Canadians couldn't pass it up. They got it so China built them a distribution center right there in Canada. It's owned by the Chinese company. So they're saying to them, once the oil hits the pipeline, don't worry about it. We'll buy it as soon as it hit the pipeline. It ain't even got to go west. We gonna pay you for it. And what makes it such a good deal with China is that they own the oil now. When it hits them ships and stuff and start going out the Pacific Ocean, they can send that shit wherever they want to send it. They can send it to India, they can send it to China, or they can send it to any other country who wants the oil. It belongs to them.
Don't you love it? And what I mean by that, this is what I mean by that. Because they plan.
They got
We're
a
not.
plan.
We don't plan.
We don't plan.
All we're doing is just playing games. We're playing games with people, thinking that they're gonna do what we say and act like we want you to act. Like he's telling these schools. Like he's telling people, if you don't do this and you don't do that, then you're gonna get punished. I heard him in his little meeting talking about, well, United States got everything. We got everything. No, we don't.
Mm-hmm.
What planet is he living on?
The people in that room are saying, yes, we do. They ain't sent a word to him. No, we don't, President. Please don't say that. And the other countries out there, they know better than that. No, they don't have everything, and they know it. And they know he's stupid. They're playing games with him. Yeah.
The thing that what these other countries enjoy is that we are consumers.
Yep.
We like good quality stuff. In America, when you're working every day and you see something that you really like and it's stylish, we're going to buy it. Whether it's electronics, fashion, whatever it is, we're going to buy it because we like it. Because we work every day. That's what money's for, to spend. But he think that, hey, because America don't make nothing, bro. We don't make nothing.
We don't make nothing. We don't even make the cars we sell. All we do is put them together. We buy the parts from somebody else, and then they put it together. And who is going to invest in a country, and he is the head? I can't invest 20 or 30 billion dollars long term because it's going to take me at least 4 or 5 years to get the plant up. I got to get the ground. I got to get the infrastructure in. Then you got to start building. You got to find people who are going to do the work for them. They looking at, if you're going to invest here in this country, you're looking at 2, 3 years down the road. We don't know what the heck going to happen 2 or 3 years down the road. We don't even know. So how can we think somebody coming in here investing their money gonna look at us and they said, well, we got a plan, and they look at us and said, what's your plan? And he's looking at them and said, we don't have a plan.
Well, I mean, the reason why, America don't have no plan, I'm going to tell you the reason why. This is my opinion. Because they're not inclusive with all Americans. They don't plan for all Americans. They just pick and choose. When you pick and choose your little favorites or your little race, what you call white race, and you pick and choose your little buddies and your cronies and your relatives, then that's your downfall. What you're supposed to be doing is serving the government's supposed to be serving all the people. That means educationally. That means even infrastructure, making sure that everyone's infrastructure. What kind of country are you when you allow bad water, people drinking bad water in Mississippi and in Michigan and Chicago and all that stuff? What kind of country are you when you don't take care of your own people? Oh, that's okay. Ain't nothing but poor and black people there living in that community. Don't worry about it. But you go and spend billions of dollars for Ukraine.
It's embarrassing to see that the first thing that they want to try to take away from people is the Center for Disease and Control,
Ain't that something?
CDC. You tearing down an agency that is there to protect your health, tell you when there is a pandemic coming. They just had a salmonella outbreak uh, a long time ago, man. They had, I mean, a long time ago, they had it about back right after the election and stuff. And there were 3 or 4 people and stuff who died and stuff from it. That they had some lettuce that was contaminated. And they asked the Food and Drug Administration and stuff to figure out what the heck was going on. And now the Food and Drug Administration is saying, we don't know. We have no idea what happened. Several people died from that stuff. They got one family and stuff had the little boy, 9 years old. He had to give him dialysis and stuff because he almost died. And now they're trying to find out what the heck happened. And the FDA said, we can't tell you.
Well, this is just another one of my opinions. They used us in so many ways, and that's including manufacturing. But when we started making it just as much money as everybody else and joining the unions and everything and all the bennies and all that stuff, they started taking those factories in the 80s overseas. Got over 100,000 manufacturing companies overseas. Over 100,000 of them. And they used us in entertainment. Now, when I say they, it's just a small group of millionaires and billionaires, because if you're a famous person and a very let's say you're very popular, they'll overcharge you in renting stadiums. They'll overcharge you in doing security. They'll overcharge you in all kinds of amenities and that kind of thing. And then therefore, people making money off of these entertainers. Now the entertainers are making more money than they ever make because a lot of these entertainers, they can fill up a stadium and make $2 and $3 or $5 million a night. Look what they did with those ticket prices, scamming people. Selling tickets, here's what the performer says. My ticket's only supposed to be $200, and these people paying $1,000 or $1,500 a ticket.
Absolutely. And they're paying it.
And they're paying it because they want to see their favorite artists.
Yeah, they buy it.
Who's making that money? The artists getting oh yeah, I'm making my $5 million or $3 million or whatever it is. But they're making triple because you got a whole lot of people who are willing to pay $1,500 for those first 20, 30 seats.
Absolutely. They are paying it.
So they're making money off of these people, off of all these entertainers and everything. Look what they're doing in sports, football and basketball. Man, these people paying $10,000, $15,000 a seat, front row seats.
Oh, and don't even think about what a courtside seat would cost you.
That's what I'm saying.
You
It's
got a
ridiculous.
you got a courtside seat, man. You done pay some money for that seat. You done pay some money. You might be done pay anywhere up to $100,000 for that seat just to sit there courtside. That's a lot of money, Ted. Every seat around in that, every seat around there, around the whole stadium, all of them, $100,000. Shit, man. You can't beat that.
And
I'm,
like I
I'm,
said,
I'm,
those are the
I'm,
people.
yeah. I'm waiting to find out what's going to happen when those TV contracts expire and they start negotiating those TV contracts for basketball and baseball and football.
Well, last year they signed a big contract last year. So that contract gonna last 3 to 5 years, bro.
Yep. Oh, it's already they already signed them
Yeah,
already.
that
All
deal is
three of them. All three of them.
well, I know basketball. I don't know about baseball and NFL.
The football. Yeah.
But the NFL, man, that's the number one sport.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they get whatever they wanted. We was talking about that not long ago. Amazon, the guy that Bezos paid billions of dollars to get them on a weekly on his network.
Amazon Prime.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
Mm.
he paid billions of dollars. You can't get I think it was a what night, Monday night or Thursday night
Yeah.
football game.
Now, who who has the richest team in the world now? Who you think got the richest team in the world? Because
I used to know that, but I don't.
they paid what, $7 or $8 billion for the Washington Commanders. Yeah, they pay a lot of money for that team, man. That's 7 8 billion for that team.
Billions.
$1 billion. So I'm trying to find out who is probably the richest the team that's going you're gonna have to pay the
But wait a
most money.
minute. I think if I'm not for certain, I think the original owner, paid only 275 million for it.
Right. That was Webster, Daniel Webster. He did. And they thought that was crazy when he paid that. Oh, he's crazy paying that kind of money for that team. He done got a windfall. He'd have held it for what, about 20 years almost. But still, if you paid 700 and some $1 million for the damn team back then, and 20 years later, I'll make 7 billion off of them. They're gonna pay me $7 8 billion and stuff for the team. I, I'll take that. I can walk away happy. But my point is that the Commanders and stuff, and then when they got bought, they wasn't the best team out there. So I'm wondering and stuff and everything, who got the richest team in the National Football League right now? If they decide to sell it, how much? How much you think the Philadelphia Eagles is worth right now, or the Kansas City Chiefs is worth right
I
now?
would say the value of let's see, Dallas Cowboys 11 billion.
7 billion, but they're not even a winner. They're not even a winner. And he paid what, 550 some $1 million and stuff for them when he bought them.
He paid $1 billion for his stadium, bro.
Yeah, $1 billion for that stadium. Yeah, 1 billion for that stadium. Hell, the Atlanta Braves paid 1 billion for their 1 point some $1 billion for their stadium, their baseball stadium here in Atlanta. Man, like the old boy said on Fox, they asked the Fox president, "I went, so who you think is going to be the best thing out there?" He said, "Sports." That's gonna be the next market, the next huge market out there in sports. And he was absolutely right.
Well, you know, your boy Magic is part owner of
The Commanders, and he's part owner of two other teams, isn't he?
the Dodgers.
The Dodgers. He's part owner of the Dodgers. He's part owner of the team, the Washington Commanders, and somebody else. He's part owner of. I think the one of the women's basketball teams he's part owner of. Sure, that boy wrote in some dough now. He's in that billionaire class now. Oh, Magic is in that billionaire class now. You can forget it.
Hey, the Raiders haven't won nothing, and they're worth $7.85 billion.
You kidding me? The Las Vegas Raiders.
The Eagles is worth $7 billion.
The Eagles, they just won a championship. They got to be worth more than that now.
$7 billion.
What's Kansas City worth?
Kansas City. They're not even on the list. Let me see. Yeah, they're not even in the top 10.
You kidding me? They done won 3 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Two Super Bowls.
But they say that the average team is worth $5.7 billion.
The average team is worth $5.7 billion. So you got to have at least $6 billion to buy a team, even the one at the bottom.
At the bottom.
Won a game.
Well, you know who's buying all these, the people that's buying all these teams are billionaires.
Right. They don't know who can afford them. Anybody else afford them? You ain't a billionaire, you can't buy one. You can forget it. If you're not, or you in a conglomerate, because Michael Jordan owns the Charlotte Hornets or somebody, right? He bought
He
them.
sold that.
He sold the Charlotte Hornets?
Oh yeah, he made a nice little. I think he made a couple of billion off of that.
I didn't know he had sold them.
Yeah, he sold it.
So is he still in sports now? Is he still a sports owner or what?
Not that I know of. The Golden State Warriors, the highest team, is worth $9.4 billion.
Oh well, that old boy, he's they own and stuff, man. He got money. That old boy is full of money. He's one of them Microsoft billionaires.
Then it's the Knicks and then the Lakers.
Oh man, what's the Lakers worth?
$7 billion.
$7 billion. What's the Maverick worth? They got them on there?
$5 billion.
Dallas Mavericks, $5 billion.
The Houston Rockets is worth $5.7 billion.
They paid more than that for them. I'm pretty sure when they bought them, they paid something like $7 billion. Took the $7 billion for them when they bought them.
Did they?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did.
I don't think so either.
I thought they paid about $6 to $7 billion for them when they bought them.
Every team, the cheapest team on here, they got all the teams here. Not all of them, but the Memphis Grizzlies is worth 3.2.
That's the cheapest team. Oh, okay.
That ain't no chump change.
Yeah, you got to have some money to buy a sports team nowadays.
These soccer teams are coming up now, bro.
I see they are, and the women's basketball teams are coming up. They coming up there. They getting into the money and stuff now. But
one of the teams just made the billionaire mark. The New York team that just won the championship.
Oh, the women?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they made a big whoop to do about it. The first billionaire women's sports team. It's money in sports, bro.
It is money. That man said it was money in there. It's and sports is all over the place. They got soccer, they got golf, baseball. They even got track and field now, man. They doing track and field and stuff, man, almost year round. Depending on where you at, you can do track and field. And they becoming very, very popular, man. That track, man, them track people, them 100 yards, them sprinters and stuff and everything, anywhere from the 400 down. They
Well,
have a
they
big,
getting $1 million almost just to run a race.
right. Just one race, yeah. If you win it, and the men and the women, it is becoming big time now. I mean, they running year round, depending on where they at. They running indoors and outdoors. 60-yard dashes, 100-yard dashes, 200-yard dashes, 400. And then women and men are making a lot of money off of that. That's track. We ain't never seen that. And most of the time, the only time you saw track was in the Olympics. You're seeing it now all year long. And people are filling the stadiums up to see them. And a lot of those folks and stuff and everything, they got big contracts and stuff and everything for running.
The Yankees is worth $8.2 billion. That's the highest baseball
Basket.
team.
You mean basketball team?
Baseball team. The Yankees.
The Yankees? Oh, okay. New York Yankees. Okay. And they worth $8 billion. Okay. Hell, didn't they have the first $1 billion baseball player for the Yankees? Some boy from Japan. They paid him almost $1 billion.
That was Dodgers.
It was the Dodgers did that.
Yeah, they paid him almost $1 billion. And they worth $6.8 billion.
So 1/6 of the wealth of their team went to one player. 1/6 of their
But
wealth.
here's the thing, though, man. Well, the thing is, you got to look at their cash flow. Okay, you got 20,000 people, 30,000 people, probably maybe even 50,000 people come see them at the game. That's tickets money. Then you're talking about the jerseys.
Paraphernalia, television money,
There you go. Advertising money.
advertisement,
And
and
concessions.
concessions. You go to concessions there, you're gonna spend what?
They probably
You're
make
gonna
$10
spend
million
$15.
a night.
You're gonna spend $15 for a damn deal.
They probably make $10 million a night, bro.
It probably on concessions, sure, yeah, hell yeah, make more than that. For a
Hey, you
beer,
get
$10,
a hot
$15
dog
for a
costs you
beer.
$10 and a beer costs you $15.
Oh, okay, shit, that's $25, man. Shit, you out of.
Don't have a family of four.
Oh shit. And you can't bring nothing inside the place. You can't bring shit in here. You
Hey,
can't bring
wait a
nothing.
minute, and your parking gonna cost you $15 or $20.
Hell yeah. And you forgot about you forgot about the one thing that makes them the most money. Them box seats.
Oh yeah,
Them box seats around
that's
there
where
that
business
people
people
buy.
come in at.
Oh man, shoot, yeah.
They probably paid $5 million for those box seats.
Oh yeah. And baseball, yeah. The NFL,
Football too.
no, they don't pay that much for the NFL. When I was doing that, when I was doing the concessions thing for our band and stuff, high school. My son was going to high school when that band. We had a fundraiser was going up to the the Falcons games and stuff and doing their box seats and stuff and everything. We worked inside those boxes, and most of them were paying at that time. It was only like the most games that they would have was like maybe 4 or 5 home games. And the guy who owns the box that I was in, that was GE. He told me at that time that box thing cost them $150,000 a year. But the food that comes in there and everything will kill you. Every game they're gonna spend anywhere from $16,000 to $20,000, sometimes $50,000 bill for the food they brought inside there. Every game. You know what they bought, what they got, and they couldn't bring their own stuff there. They had to buy all the stuff from the people who own the stadium, the food service, wherever they ordered and stuff. I watched them man that band come in there and that bill came in there with $45,000 one time. He signed it. That's for the food, drinks, and stuff that's inside there.
Money, bro.
And when they had any championship games like the SEC championship or the NCAA and stuff and everything, when they played inside those stadiums and stuff, they didn't own those box seats then. They sold those box seats and everything to a different company if you wanted them. Now, if you wanted to have that during those special times, you had the first choice. Now, if GE wanted the box and stuff and everything, they charged them extra money for that box when they had their championship game. And they might pay anywhere from $50, $60, $100,000 for that box seat then. But
For
this
that
was
one night.
right, for that one night. But I have to say that this was in 2010 when my son was going. So this is, we talking 15 years later and stuff. They probably paying a hell of a lot more than that for 'em. That's where that money is at, in them daggone box seats. And those there, and they're usually right in the middle of the daggone stadium. And they're all around. And they got glass and stuff in front of them, so you can't see inside there what the hell they doing. You paying for that. When you get a nosebleed seat, and the nosebleed tickets is almost $250. This is nosebleed. And when I say nosebleed, you you might as well get you a TV screen and watch the game because everybody down there look like ants.
Yeah, that's why I don't go to the games. If I can't go downstairs, forget about it.
Yeah, man.
It ain't worth it.
And it's scary up there.
Yeah, it's scary. Yeah, it's scary.
I fall out here, man. I'm in trouble.
You gone.
But I'm looking at Texas A&M. They got 110,000 people coming there to watch a game, and that stadium is packed. You got the Alabama. They just redid their stadium. They got 110,000 people. It's
Ooh, man, I
packed.
bet you Alabama make a bunch of money.
They making a bunch of money. A bunch of money. When Nick Saban was there, they made a bunch of money. Now the other boy they got down there now, they're going down. He didn't win hardly shit this last year. So if he doesn't win this year, he done. He done.
But when they say that in football, you can go into the portal twice a year.
Right. You can go in the
So
spring. You go in the spring, and you can go in the fall.
yeah, so you can
Used to be the
change your
spring.
mind and say,
It used to be the spring. Now they got the fall also.
yeah.
And so a lot of these kids and stuff, they jump into that portal and stuff. They don't like what's going on. They jump right in that portal and gone. They might play a half a year with their team and then go to another daggone team and play. And they allow them, if they go to the other team, they can play right away. They don't have to. They don't hold them out. You can play right away. You don't have to wait. So if you can't hold that player and stuff, you in trouble. And a lot of teams, that's what's going on now. They cannot hold those players because, man, shit, you only can put 11 guys on the field, and shit.
You got to pay these boys.
You got to pay them, man. You got to come out there and buy it. Now,
Well, I got good news. Charlie White just got hired for Florida State basketball.
oh, he did?
Remember Charlie White?
Yeah. He played football, didn't he?
Yeah, he was football, but he played in the NBA for 10 to 15 years.
So Florida State basketball team hired Charlie White,
Yeah,
head coach.
head coach.
Go,
My
Charlie.
last word, Ed, I'm going to tell you what my last word is. the chairman of the Federal Reserve
Yep.
ain't doing what 47 telling him to do. I want my interest rates down. He gonna get fired.
He said, forget you. He told him, forget you. I'm going to do what I want. I need to get down. Mr. Powell, William, I think his name was William Powell. He said, I'm not going to do it. So Trump sat down there and said, well, I'd be glad when I can fire him. You don't do what he say you do, he going to fire you. My final word, yeah, that's what he said. Now, my final word is AOC and Bernie Sanders, two Democrats. This past quarter, AOC brought in $9.6 million, the most money of any Democrat in the House or Republican in the House. That's how much money she brought in one quarter, because she was out there doing the stuff. Anybody who's paying. Bernie Sanders brought in $11.2 million in one quarter. That ought to be something that you Democrats ought to be looking at. These people that went out and did these tours, they brought in more money than Hakeem Jeffries did, and he, the minority leader. They brought in more money than the Speaker of the House did, Johnson. She did. Johnson only brought in $3 million. Hakeem brought in 2-point-something million. That's it. She brought in $9 million. Nobody else in the House made as much money as she did. Jasmine just brought in, Crockett brought in 1.6 million. But the Speaker and the minority leader didn't bring in, if they combined their money, didn't bring in as much as AOC did last quarter. That's my final word. Listen, Democrats, listen to what's going on. It's beating you in the face. We'll see you folks tomorrow. Thank you for joining us. Bye-bye.